SpongeBob, big guy, pencil kid. SpongeBob, big guy, pencil kid. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, big guy, pencil kid. SpongeBob, big guy, pencil kid. When I wake up, I'm feeling my best. I bend over, I do my little stretch. Ain't no jellyfish, but I'm the catch. Big guy.
Hey everyone, I'm Maria here from the DFIRST team. So I will be showing you today how you can start on the platform and all you can create. Honestly, the use cases, they are infinite. So I'm going to show you a few examples of what you create and my personal style of how I work, what I do. So before we start, let me just give a few minutes so everyone can join this live. Let me know from where you're talking. I am in Italy right now, so don't know if I have some fellow Italians here, but hey everyone. So let's see. We have a few people here already joining. Let's wait a few more minutes. Meanwhile, I talk about a bit of the use case of today. So basically, last weekend, I was in Rome and I arrived. There was those big amount of e-bikes there. And then I thought it was interesting because sometimes the Italian transportation is not the best. We have someone from Puglia here, from Helsinki, Denmark. So I think we are a bit covered from so far from Europe here. Let's see if we have other people from other continents as well. So today I will be showing you a use case that I believe it's actually true. It can be used for a real company. It's called a Lima. It provides e-scooters, e-bikes, and I will be creating a UGC campaign based on what I just lived here last week, and then I just went to their Instagram. It was an interesting use case, and I will be sharing with you today. So we have people from Arizona today with us. Perfect. We have some other people from Italy. That's great. 20 people already joining us. Did you guys already manage to create your account, manage to see how it is working? By the way, if you want to ask any question about how to use the platform, we will have a space for questions and answers right in the end, okay? So I will be reading all your questions, and if I need to stop in the live to answer, it's about the workflow, yes, and then in the end, we can go to all other questions that you have. We have Kate from South Africa, so nice. Yeah. So let's start. Let me start sharing my screen just to show you a few use cases while people continue joining us. Okay. So we have basically 3 ways to work with DFIRST. One, it's the whiteboard mode, the AI agent mode. Here you can see we have all it starts in this Docker, and from here you can expand your campaign. So we have here the AI assistant, which is basically the AI agent that will build the whole campaign for you. And if you want to have full control of it manually, you can start your request here, select what you want to create, and the AI will open a whiteboard automatically and build everything for you. So this is how I'm going to start today. A few use cases of what you can create that I think it's really nice because you can create as I said, the use cases are basically infinite. So I have this that I found here from our team that they uploaded a logo and they uploaded some dishes from a restaurant. Based on that, they used our AI assistant. So they opened the AI agent and made the request to extract the news from the photo and create a series of Instagram posts about them. Use logo that I attached on the whiteboard, and they added a promo. This is a simple use case that you can start in the platform, and the AI agent creates everything for you. So this is the easiest way for you to create any type of campaign. As you see, it has separated the images. So you have here all dishes separated, and the AI agent managed to create a master style reference, a prompt post to generate the final asset. So all this made by the AI agent that was able to scrape everything. Very simple request. This is something you can do. This is one example of the AI agent building everything for you automatically. One other example that I love a lot, and I use this workflow for every single thing. It was created by us, and I can even share with you the link so you can also create. We simply add a reference image, and this image triggers the AI to create the prompt and generate new images based on that. This was created manually using the whiteboard mode, which is this one here. And the AI end up creating camera angles. We even share this workflow via email. I will be sharing again here in this live. So this is one other example of workflows that you can be creating with DFIRST. And then, of course, you can animate them here. So with video models. This is a simple setup, but the outcomes, they can be really interesting. And you see that the last frame of this image is actually the first of the next one. So it creates kind of a sequence of events. So we have also Byron here from Houston, Texas. Welcome, guys. So let's start with what I want to create today. I want to create a UGC campaign for Lime. I know that they are based in many countries, and as I mentioned in the beginning, I noticed them when I was in Rome last week, and I decided to use them as our use case today. So as a kickstarting point, I'm copying their website, and I'm going back to my DFIRST page, my dashboard. I'm going to open the research. I have in the research many options to work with. So GPT, Deep Research, Gemini, Deep Research, Perplexity. I have the scrapers, and I have the web scrapers. I will go with a quick web scrapers because I want only to get the information from their website. So I'm going directly to the electric bike one. And let's generate. So it will open a new whiteboard and have this as an initial context for me. So I'm starting in the whiteboard mode, which is this view here, where I will be starting to create the basis of my research, okay? Let me even go back to their website. I know that here they have a picture of their bike. So I'm copying this picture, and I will be also pasting in this workflow. Yes, so I will change the title to product image. And this we will be using in our request. Also, my goal here is to create a UGC campaign for Instagram. So I'm going to their Instagram, I'm copying their link, and I was checking here on their stories that they were actually active in Rome. So it got me even more in the feeling to generate this UGC campaign from them, exactly this one. So I will be checking every single type of content users have been sharing about them. So let me go back to my dashboard. I go to the research, and now I'm moving to a scraper. I have the Instagram scraper, and I will be using their Instagram scraper 2 times here because I want to extract the mentions, so what people are talking about them when they mention the user. And let's pick 20 mentions with search result limit as 20 as well. So this will be used as context for my next generation. And let's go to their Instagram again, to the Instagram scraper, because now I want to scrape our post, the post from the company, also the last 20 ones. And I want to, it can be the last 10 ones, so we can also extract their brand voice. I think it would be more than enough. And this is the line mentions. And below, I will add line posts. So I have a small basis to understand what the company is about, so we can extract the initial information, starting with website, product image, Instagram mentions, and their Instagram posts here. Some images are broken, but we can see that we can read everything. The agent is capable of reading everything. I will start with the line posts. And I have the option, if you see here, to expand. I will generate a text from that. And you see that this node of the Instagram was automatically mentioned here as a reference. So I will ask AI to analyze the post from Instagram and extract the branded tone of voice. This way I can have an idea of how they communicate. Let's even ask AI to enhance the prompt. And asking to enhance the prompt, AI will now work because I'm not a prompt engineer, but I love to use this tool for creating the prompts and enhance my request. So I usually just write a simple request and AI make it for me, okay? Once it's improved, you can see that the task is already way deeper. It already has way more details that we trigger AI to read. Now let's select the model. We have Gemini, Anthropic, OpenAI. For this task, I will pick Gemini 3.1. It's one of my favorites, and I will run. By running this, I already have one extra information because AI is reading the Instagram post, what they wrote, their language, and we will be creating a brand voice based on that. Okay, we have the brand voice basically set. And now I've set the basis. As a rule of thumb for AI, the more context you have, the more personalized results you will have in the end, you will receive in the end. So if you have a brief, if you have already a document for your brand, you can simply add it here and it will be part of your strategy. But for this use case, this amount of information, I think it will already work. Now I went to the AI agent because I want the AI to create the full campaign for me. So I will select the notes to chat about, so the references, and I will be selecting basically everything. And now I write my request to the AI agent. Here also, the more you can be more personalized, the better. So create try viral Instagram UGC campaigns. For Lime, I'm focusing on the e-bikes. So Lime e-bikes that encourage people. I want to be particularly to Roma to share their ride experience. Analyze what motivates users to post their rides based on Instagram mentions. So I'm already telling the AI to go to the Instagram mentions and read it to analyze it. Then build strategy, copy, and assets for Instagram. Now I want also to make sure that the image I shared will be used as reference. So use I will add between brackets the product image as reference for all visuals, and keep the style authentic and user created. Focus more on the moment than the promotion. This way, since I want a UGC, I want to give those extras instructions to make sure the results will be more personalized to what I want. So here, the more details you add, the more AI can understand the way to work, because here it will be all personal, all automated in the AI agent. So once I do this, AI outlines me a plan for 15 steps. So I will see UGC, motivation analysis, product image analysis, and then the rest. If it's all good, let's continue. If you want to add any extra step that you feel it's missing here, you feel free to add it here in the chat. For now, it's all good. And now AI will be reading the full context to generate this campaign for me. So this way, I kind of already controlled the initial inputs, the data, and use the AI to automate the rest. This way, I can ensure results will be way more personalized than if I already jump into the AI agent straight on. So this is a way that I work. Don't know if you work this way. You can also share here in the chat how you would be using AI the first for your use case, because the use cases, they are like infinite. Every day I'm surprised of everything that the tool can actually do. And based on my request here, I have all the steps that they are starting to build. This is my brief, so I can always refer to what AI is creating for moving forward from here. We have research, few steps of research, strategy, copy. So we have 3 campaign copies and the visuals. And everything that is going to be generated here, you can see which AI agent you're using. If you want to configure, you already see the prompt. Let me change this image here. I think it was, let me bring from my computer. So I can, let me add another image from my computer. Okay. Okay. And now the generation works. Where one step will be triggering the other. And we have all the steps here being worked. This was for the product image. Now that it's updated, I can even generate that again. And let's see all the next steps. While this generates, because everything will be automated with AI, I would like to show one other example of how you can work fully manually and create basically your loops. So I will be coming back to here very soon, or even no, it's going even fast. Maybe we can just wait here. And then we see the next step together. Do you guys have any questions? Does DFIRST support workspace specific auto profiles and tones of voice? or is the output always based on the prompts? What we have is that we have a data room and a strategy hub where you can add basically all your information and be adding to the AI agent. So for example, let me open a text mode here. I have always the when there is prompt and image is the references that AI are going to read. So if I go to prompt, those are all the notes that were created here. And I have files. Files are from my data room. So those are files that I have added to my data room. So I have from the company and everything that I add, I can simply use here as a reference. And here is also the strategy hub. So whenever I click, this will be used as reference to the AI. So this is particular to this workspace. If you create a new workspace, you have new data rooms, new strategy hubs that you can be working on. So basically here, this is a workspace. If you use other ones, you will have other sets of data, okay? That's basically how you can also be using data. I use the directly with drag and drop and adding here because for me it's just easier to work. But if you have documents in the data room and the strategy hub, you always check here in the top where you can be attaching all the documents and then they will be part of your strategy. And if you want the AI agent to automate that, reading all the files, you just add the clear instructions, okay? The clearer the instructions, the clearer the outputs. So based on my request, I have already a few visuals that AI was able to create. Of course, showing ROM, that's exactly how I wanted. It seems very UGC, so it doesn't it's not that promotional. I love that one. It really looks like ROM, few parts of it, and I can expand this further. So, for example, let me click this first image. I will play with it in two ways, and we see the better outcome. I come back to my AI assistant, but instead of the AI agent, I go to the chat, okay? Which would be the same one as the AI agent here. So I can create a new chat. And based on my new chat, I can write a request. Let me select this image, and now I have chat about. I have the image set here. So let's say create an idea to animate this image, 5 seconds, maximum 7 sentences, write in prompt format for an AI video agent. And now AI will read what's in the image and give me an idea. You could also, I'm creating another workflow. I was on the AI agent. Let me cancel it. Let me open a new chat. Yeah, I created a new workflow. Okay, but you can also create a new workflow and the AI will be building that for you. But that's not what I want to create. I want to show you the AI chat. So if you want to expand even with the AI workflow, you can. With the AI chat, I click here, you have the AI agent and you go to chat, okay? Now we are on the correct one. You can select the AI agent you want to use. And this is like you're in ChatGPT, you are in Gemini, you're talking directly to the AI. I'm using this image as reference. So create an idea to animate this image. 5 seconds, let's put 7 sentences and write in prompt format for AI video agent. Now I'm in the chat, so it's all good. The reference image is here, so I will read it, and I have Gemini 3.1 that I selected. And now I will have a few ideas, one idea of what I can be using as a video. And I can also create my own, of course. Let's use this as an example. I will save this. By saving that, I create one new note, and I'm going directly to the video generation. Here I have all the video generation options. Let's go to Kling, for example. I am going to pick an image to video. So let's start with this image. Let me even copy the text from here and we add it. I'm not sure if this Klingo one would also need the final image. Let's make a test. Sometimes you need to add the first and last images. Sometimes just one image reference is more than enough. And while it generates, one other thing that I really like to do, let me expand to another image. And I want to zoom in this image. So zoom in, focusing on the character's face. All the rest should remain the same. Simple prompt. Let's use banana one. We can generate, you can even batch generate if you want more image options. Select here the ratio, everything. Let's create two just to make a comparison. And when you click batch generate, this is what you get. Two images to use. They are already grouped. Let me bring them here. Let me close the AI agent. Okay. So while this video is creating, I will try one other option that I like it a lot. It works very good usually with Kling. So I think this image is already good as a continuation of that zoom in. I'm going to pick video. Let's pick Kling Pro Image to Video. Yes, I'm picking this one. And I'm selecting this first image and the last frame, this one. And I will simply ask it to transition from the first to the last frame. A simple request is that I can select the quality, how long it will be, if I will include audio or not. And I will have a new video option here. So let's compare what the AI will suggest to me and this simple animation step. While it generates, let me see if we have any questions. I need to create a catalog of images. The items in the photo should be in the same place, only with different items. How do I create the catalog of images with consistent placements? For creating the catalogs, we have a feature that I believe it will be useful for you, which would be products. So you can use an integration, but integration we have with Shopper. So far, you can create your own catalog by adding your URL. And it can contain all product descriptions, sizes, prices, everything. And this can be also used inside the platform. As for images, I would suggest you or to add in the data room and group them. You can create a folder and add them inside a folder. I would suggest to do this way. Otherwise, you can add them to a whiteboard. And inside the whiteboard, you can always group the images because when you group, let me expand here the utilities, you group something. If I, for example, I group those two videos that are going to be created and I want to reuse them. So if you have lots of images about a product, you can use this as product one. And you can connect everything inside of this group to another node. So you can create, you can expand, create new images that using the information that is inside this group. So you have lots of images, and you want to be reusing them, exploring all the possibilities with them. I would suggest one of those two ways. I'm not sure if there is any other answer for that. For storaging is basically data room and inside the whiteboard. Grouping things and information usually works pretty good for me when I have a big amount of information. I can even share later one workflow that I use inside the DFIRST to create content where I group lots of information together. In this meantime, we have the first video here set. So this is the video that the AI suggested, the AI assistant. Yeah, it's short, but it looks good. The image is consistent, and this is based on the AI request. Like, of course, I can always expand, add the new frames, and turn this into a proper storytelling. So a secret for using for video generation is always first and last frame. If you want a continuity, create one more video node where the first frame of the next video node is actually the last one of this one. And like this, you can create some sort of story. And this is my request to make the transition from the first frame to the last frame. So this way we can start having some results. What I like, particularly in this one, is more or less the settings. It feels like Rome. I don't know if you guys have been in Rome, but it kind of feels like Rome. And especially with the Colosseum in the back. Except maybe it's too empty. Rome, it's a bit too crowded. But for a campaign, a UGC campaign, this can be a beginning. And I can always check, this is campaign 1. I have here the copies for the campaigns based on the analysis of the brain tone of voice in their platform. So let's expand it here. Something very short, straight to the point, the way they were doing on their own posts. So we have a few templates. Rome is officially a runway. So we have a few ideas that can be expanded further. Okay, you have the option to generate text, generate image, and expand your strategy basically. Okay, I worked with the whiteboard mode. I use the AI agent to build the campaign for me. And I have been able to generate final assets. Those assets, I can export them further in the feed mode. So I can go to the images and switch mode. And in the feed mode, I love for finishing the editions. So getting the final assets. Here I see all the images I used, and I can edit them, turn them into a video, outpaint, remove background. So for example, let's pick this one, and I can simply expand here as much as you want. Save. If you want to add any particular information, you add in the prompt, and then you generate. If you don't have any particular thing to add, you just want to expand it, you can leave the prompt area blank. And here we have the image already expanded according to my request. Other things that I can basically do, let me pick this one, for example. I can edit the image. We have an image editor inside the DFIRST. So if I want to crop or edit to the final size of any social media, I can. So this, for example, I can be using as a story. I resize it. I have all the modes. If I want, for example, to add their logo, let me go here to Google so I can just save this image. I will add the Lime logo here. Okay, and back to my whiteboard, I can simply drag and drop the logo and edit my file as much as I want. So I can add the logo. If I want to add text, I can add it here. And this will help me to create my final asset. So what can we write for Lime? Let me think about it. So explore Roma like in the old days, for example, when there were no traffics there, where you had everything and you can change all the copy, the letters. So I don't know which one is Lima letters, but you can always edit and use the one you believe it's to your brand. You can also adjust the brightness, saturation, and have your final asset. This one I would just add the logo here and save. Once I have the final image, I can download to my computer in PNG, and the same goes to video. If I change the mode, now I have the final videos I have created with AI. And same thing, I can edit the video with AI, reuse the parameters to create other videos. I can download as MP4, save to the data room in case I want to use it as a reference, and edit. So same way as image, we have a video editor that you can be using for having your final outputs. So same way, if I want to add their logo here, I have this option. If I want to create, if I have created the multiple clips, I can simply add them to the workflow and create a final image. The goal is this to work as CapCut. So we are adding this editor so you can add your uploads, adjust the way you want, and even captions if you need. And this you can have your final video generated and ready to be exported. Okay. I think this is basically one way to get started. We basically talked about the ways of creating, of what you can do. I have a particular way that I like to use. The first, I will try to show you very fast because I'm not sure if we will have too much time, but I will open here this workflow that I use particularly for everything. How I work with this workflow is that I find an image that is interesting to me. So I simply go to Google. So let's go to Google and say Roma aesthetics. Let's add bike since we're talking about bicycles. And I'm going to pick, for example, this image. I like this one. I copy the image and then I'm back to my workflow. And this is kind of a loop that I create and will be generating new images based on my request. So I would just delete this image, it's not relevant to me anymore. I pasted the new one, and this image I can connect to this next node. This next node is the same as if I click to analyze image. So I basically have analyzed the image, and the prompt is to describe this image in 3 layers: subject and mood, specific details in the foreground and background, and technical aspects like lighting, color palette, and camera angle. And every time I run this with a new image, I will have new results. These results will link to this final prompt. And this prompt also have a JSON parameters. So this is basically some instructions because outputs in AI, they can be particularly interesting if you use this JSON structure. So I have added here to also be part as the reference of the next step. And I have a new part. I'm even deleted to show how you can edit to add extra details. So if I expand here in the side menu, I have my utilities and I have text. So extra inputs, and I can add any new detail to this image as I want. So I have this image with this bicycle. Change the bicycle to Lima e-bike. Simple as that. I will connect this to my final, to connect this as a prompt. And the next node is to create an image prompt for JSON format based on the attached description and extra details. I will regenerate, and in the meantime, I have also added my product image. So having the product image will always ensure that the results will be more aligned to what I want it to be. And I regenerate. I love using this workflow. I think by far this type of workflow is what I use the most in DFIRST, because every time I can add new images, I can add new details of what I want AI to use, and the result is something new and align with the aesthetic I want, but with the product I want. So already about Lime e-bikes in Rome, I have this new image, and I can expand this as much as I want. In this case of this workflow, for example, I asked the AI to analyze the image and predict what action the subject would take next. So this would work in the previous image, because also pay attention that here you can always go back to previous images. In this case, for example, I can ask to zoom in. Create a zoom in. New image focusing on the bike. And this can generate next steps. For example, this is the same system that we used in this other workflow. Is, as you can see, we have a reference image. So we have added the image. This image has triggered the AI to read what is it and described in 3 layers. We have the JSON reference, extra details we want to add, so change the glasses color to lime. We have the JSON prompt that generated all these images. The difference in this workflow, for example, is that we ask the AI to create different angles to the picture. So it's a very nice way, because as you can see here, as I showed in the very beginning, we use this first image and the last one. So and we ask the AI transition from first frame to last frame. And the results, they are actually really interesting when you put them all together to create a full composition. And this you can be, if I add any other type of image, I could have a completely new set of workflow based on the aesthetics I wanted to add. If, for example, for the same workflow, I want to add some other Ray-Ban glasses. Let's pick, for example, this one. Let me copy and come back to this workflow. Now I have my product image. And I have my extra details that I have to change glass color to lime. No, change glasses to Ray-Ban, just so we can use in the prompt creator. Let's configure and add the nodes again. So let me add the extra details, JSON and 3-layer briefs. And now we have this image being generated again. And in the meantime, I can connect the image node to this image node here. So we can make sure new generations will be aligned with these new sunglasses. That's a very nice workflow if you're working with image generations to create multiple angles of something. Let me generate it. Let me connect this prompt again. Let me stop this and generate it again. So let me see if we have new questions in this meantime. I believe we have a lot. I talked a lot. Okay. I want to find specific creators on YouTube between 10 to 50 subscribers. I think I was having a call with you today, right? In the health, wealth, or relationship niches. For that, for creating, for finding those Instagram creators, YouTube creators, I would suggest you to go to research and make a deep research. So just to finalize, this is the last image with the new reference. So it's very easy to generate new references and new images with your products and asking to change any element on that. Going for just answering your questions, we still have a few minutes. As for YouTube creators, we have the researchers here. When it's to find something, scraping, I would always go to the researchers first, see what we Okay. I'm not sure until where you were able to see, because I noticed that my screen disappeared from the live. But using the deep research, basically you can extract the YouTube creators by niche. So the more specific you do, the more specific is your request. I did the request exactly as you wrote in the chat. But the more specific, the better the results you can have. How many creators you want AI to find it for you, and you have all the numbers you need. This one I went for deep research, so it takes a bit more of time to generate the final assets. Um, so, what would be the best account type for a small boutique agency? So, it depends. If you're working with teams, we have the Teams plan. Let me open here my screen. Which, by the way, before I forget, if you would like to start, we have this coupon here. So Live Friends 10, so you can get 10% off in the first 3 months in any plan. And if you would like to be working with teams, we have the team plan that you can be adding other seats, and you will have access to all the AI agents. If it's basically more you want to share an account, it basically would depend on your use case on the AI agents, because as you see, the advanced has more AI agents available than the starter one. So if you will be doing lots of research, lots of scrapers, if you need extremely high quality videos and images, I would go with the advanced. If you work with teams, it's the teams. Or if you want a personalized, we have also the enterprise plan, which, by the way, reminds me that right now we have this option also to AI Sprint. We have also this new option if you would like to hire us basically to build those workflows for you. So we have prompt engineers working with us, very high quality strategies that can create all those steps for you in with AI from zero. And we will be teaching you how to replicate, so you can have this option too. This is basically the link, so AI Sprint. If you would like to be also having this possibility, you can always talk to us, and we'll be showing you all the paths to move forward. As I saw that Robert made a question for the clips, because I approached the image generation with JSON, and how it is for the video. Before moving forward, let me just share that the results of the research about YouTube, they came. So in the GPT-5, you got some names as well. I think on Gemini I did a deep research, so it came a report. And also on Perplexity, I have a few names. As for the JSON, to be honest, I use mostly for the initial images, and then for video generation. For me, it's more important the first and the last frame and all the references I add, more than the prompt itself, because I usually write the prompts as simple as that. The transition from first to last frame, if I have everything I need very specific. It depends really on your use case. I also use the AI assistant a lot to help me with images. And with JSON for video, I still haven't used. I'm sure in our team we have people that uses a lot, because I even took the idea of this workflow from them. and I adapted to my own use cases. But I think having the references for video generation is the most important part. And I think I have everything more or less here. Let me share this information with you. So let me open the chat. And this workflow that I'm sharing right now, it's this one that you can be replicating. Remember, change this first image from anything you want, and then make sure it connects again. So you configure this prompt and connect the image again, and regenerate to create the next steps. And if you want to add a product or not, you can also edit the product as well as add your extra details. The workflow we had created, I will also be sharing so you can see exactly how all the process I followed. Yeah, it's this one. So just to remember, added website, product image, Instagram mentioned scraper, Instagram our own page to analyze the brand voice, and then I use the AI assistant to create the full campaign, where AI created an analysis, and as you see, based on my prompt, it came to the Instagram scraper and the Instagram our post. The two Instagram scrapers I added analyzed the product image and generated the full strategy for Lima Rome e-bike. We have 3 campaigns, and the assets that I generated, and then I turned into videos. And this, I think, and then I asked the AI to create a new request. Let me also share this workflow with you. You can always share, for example, a public link, an edit link, and if I also want to add as a presentation, I have this option as well. So which notes I would like to add. It's more if you would be presenting a workflow to a client, to your team, you have this option as well. And of course, you can export everything in PDF, doc, as well as the assets themselves. So you have always those options here. I think that's basically it for today. Thank you guys for have joining me today. This next week as well, if you would like to hire our team to build the workflows for you and work in your own marketing with AI, please check the AI sprint.dfirst.ai for more details. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.